Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your baby girl Elishi Cynthia, CEO Sim Beauty Promise, guys. So in today's videos, I'll be taking you guys through on how I achieved this beautiful bridal makeup look, guys. So in this look, guys, it was a shoot, so we actually did the white wedding and translate to trad. So I'll be showing you guys just the easiest way to transit from white to trad. So whenever you have a client that is going for white wedding and trad, you know how best to do it. So if this is what you're interested in, keep on watching as we just dive into the video, guys. Just take a minute to admire this beauty. So guys, starting off, I already did my skin prep off camera. If this is your first time here, just go down to other of my previous videos. I have my skin prep routine there. So for the sake of this look, I wanted to use my Sylvia MAC in the shade Bamboo and V Beauty in the shade Cape Town, yeah. And I wanted to also mix it with the Nuban Beauty Glow. So actually I found out that the Cape Town is her exact skin tone, and there was no need for the Sylvia MAC in the shade Bamboo. I actually didn't use that again, so I used the V Beauty in the shade Cape Town. Can you just see the way this make this foundation is matching to her skin? Like, see how the face is just skinning. You can hardly differentiate the face from the skin. This is what it should be, guys. So whenever you want to match your foundation, make sure that your foundation shade that you're using is very, very almost as the same thing. In fact, is the same shade as your model or client skin tone. That is the beginning of every good makeup, guys. If you can be able to get your skin match foundation, that is the basics of every good makeup, guys. You don't need to touch the neck like most of my videos. I don't touch the neck. So for the contour, I used my V Beauty in the shade Ethiopia, and I am contouring. I'm applying that directly from her ear area, and drag it as if I want to come close to the mask, but I won't get very close to the mask. Then take it up a bit. That is how, just watch how I do it. So you do yours there. That is the place you apply your contour. When you want to apply your contour, guys, make sure to blend. A little goes a long way. As you apply, you blend. If you apply too much, you don't want it to be too much on the face. You don't want much products on the face, so you tap as you go. So for the nose, I am also using that shade, the foundation shade from V Beauty in shade Ethiopia, to contour her nose, and I'm also forming her pointed nose. And as I'm applying that, I'm using my beauty blender. I get that, apply that onto the skin directly and blend at the same time so that everything will be well blended. Yeah, and going over to apply her blush, I'm using that shade from Charm Ageless Lip Palette. I love using Charm Ageless Lip Palette for my blush because all the shades I need is there. If I'm working on a dark skin, I use light pink. Sorry, I mix light pink and red depending on how, not really dark skin. I combine. I use pink and red for medium tone, that's caramel. And when I want to now work on a fair model, I use pink and a little bit of red in it, or better still, I use that orange shade from that palette. But if I'm working on a melanin model, a very dark skin model, I use only the red shade. Yes, I use only the red shade for the blush. So going over to highlight her face, I am using my Nuban Beauty concealer in the shade 002. Yeah, she's fair, so 002 suits her perfectly well. So if you're a returning subscriber here, you know that I love going on to apply my concealer with my beauty blender. But in today's video, I said let me try the applying with, let me know if I can still, do it. Well, I did it though, but the best for me is just get your products with your beauty blender and apply directly onto the skin. It's very, very easy to blend. Doesn't You don't really need to, be so conscious of maybe it patching, like your concealer drying up before you get there, but if you're very fast enough, you can use this method. If you're not fast, please don't use this method that I just used now, so that you don't have any difficulties blending. But if you can blend very fast, you can do this method. So right now I had to conceal the eye. For me to set the under eye with my powder, I'm using my powder palette. You can use your compact powder, you can use your powder palette for this. But before you set, make sure to blend that under eye again with your beauty blender to avoid creasing under the eye. So as everybody has this line under the eye, when they look down, once that cream, the product that is cream is there, if you look down and look up, you will break. So for you to avoid that crease in there, just make sure to ask your clients or model to look up. They should keep looking up while you blend, and then use your powder, compact powder, and set before going over with your setting powder. You can also set directly with your setting powder if you don't want to go on with your powder palette, because sometimes there are some setting powder that accepts that. But for me, before I apply, I set my face with my setting powder. I love going over with powder palette or compact palette first to set before going on with my setting powder. Now the reason is this: some setting powder don't accept liquid, like they don't accept liquid stuff, so when you apply it, it tends to cake and all. But if you're using Mirac setting powder, you're free to go directly on with your Mirac. But yes, I use Mirac, but this is my routine, so I love applying my setting powder first, set the face a bit before going over with my I like applying my I like setting the face with a compact powder before going over with my setting powder. So right now I'm using the shade, that brown shade from that my palette, to contour, to set her nose contour. And just see the way I'm doing that, I'm setting it and taking it into the brow area so that it connects. And then when you're doing this, make sure to blend as you go. So for her blush, I am using that two shades, from orange shade and pink shade. I'm mixing the both of them from the Art Beauty eyeshadow palette. So I mix them and apply it and blend. Guys, when applying your blush, when setting your blush, make sure not to go with a lot of products. But if by mistake you do that, use your powder and tone it down. When you use the powder and tone it down, the blush will see through the powder and it will not be much. Don't go and pack too much blush there, and it's not look like all these old women days type of makeup. I beg you. So now I am setting with my Mirac setting powder and at the same time baking. Yeah, that is how I do mine. So that's me setting and snatching the nose at once. Yeah, make sure, and even when you're applying your setting powder, you also blend. Yes, every step every step you take in makeup, you blend. Like, guys, blending is the key to a good makeup artist. Yes, blending is the key to a good makeup. Yeah. So now I am using my setting powder to reverse the contour that I already did. And guys, when you do that, make sure to blend it out, because if you don't blend it out and you leave it to be that to bake like the upper part. When you now want to, when you're through with the whole face and you want to dust it up, it will be hard because the hash line will be there, and you don't want that. Then over to the shadow, I went on with my benign white clown shadow primer. Apply that directly onto her eyelid, and I used my fluffy brush to blend. I got the precise one so that it doesn't go all over the place. I just want it to be at the place I wanted it to be. So as you pat the the um as you pat your primer, you blend at the same time. Like I said, blending is always the key. So going over to transit, I went on with that shade, powder shade to transit. Is going to serve as a light brown. Guys, if you be following me in this channel, you know that I love transiting with powder first before going over with other colors. Yeah, that is my normal routine. I just of recent decided to stop using it. Like, let me, explore other colors. But it is still, if you're going for a subtle look, a bridal look, especially white wedding look, make sure to use your brown shade to transit. Like, there's just starts with the light brown to transit. You can now add any other color that you wish to. So now, after applying that, I went on to a darker brown shade from the same powder palette before going. In fact, this particular one I'm applying now is the darkest one. I went on with the first one, very light one, going on with the more darker one and the darkest one from the big Bicham Ageless palette. That is where I got that. And as I'm applying that, I blend everything together. Make sure to, guys, if you don't have blending brushes in your brush set, go and buy them. And I would recommend Vicabel brush set because that brush set has a whole lot of blending brushes that you can work with. If you have that brush set, you don't need to bother yourself about blending brushes anymore. So going over with that shade from Art Beauty, I'm applying that directly onto the lid. And before, whenever you want to apply your shimmer shadow, make sure to get your brush wet because it helps to pack the shimmer shadow. Because whenever you want to apply your shimmer eyeshadow and you use a dried brush, you will notice that it tends to fall out and go all over the place. It will not stick to the eyelid. So but when you wet your brush, it holds it and place it directly where you want it to be. Now don't go and use your brush and dip it inside water. You can use your wipes to wet the brush. Just make sure that the brush is wet before applying. Now after applying that, I went on to set that I went on to blend that under I went to blend from where we have the non-shimmer shadow and shimmer shadow so that it doesn't there won't be any harsh line. So now I am going over with my Technique glitters glue and I apply it directly on the apple of her eye. Yeah, that is where I applied it. I wanted that place to pop. I wanted it to shine. So I placed my pigments. That pigment is from Elegant Cosmetic. Yeah, I've forgotten the shade. Yeah, so I placed it at the middle, just at the apple of her eye. That place at the eyeball is just showing. Just place it there. It helps to it makes statements whenever maybe she closes her eye and open. So going over to darken that outer part, I went on to apply. I took a little bit of the black shade and mixing it with that brown shade too. And just apply. When you want to apply black shadow, I've been saying it in this channel, whenever you want to apply black shadow, take it little at a time. Black eyeshadows are very hard to blend, and if you mistakenly pack it too much, you're going to blend and yet you're not going to blend it well. So just little goes a long way, little by little. So going over with a smaller fluffy brush, a precise for fluffy brush, I went on to further dipping the inner part of the crease, and then to set the brow bone, I went on with those two shades from that eyeshadow palette to set. Most times, you guys know I love using orange. I tried not to use orange here, but I still found myself mixing orange with it. I don't know why. Yeah, but it always comes out nice. No matter the type of look you're going for, once you use orange at that brow bone, you're good to go. No matter the skin shade and all. So that's me dusting off the excess fallout from the eye shadow, from the eyeshadow application. Now the essence of baking is to help catch fallouts. Yeah, that is why you bake, so that it doesn't cling to the skin and stain what you already did. But when you have your setting powder, enough setting powder there, when you now dust it off, it dusts up. And when you're dusting off, be light-handed, because if you dip your hand too much into the skin, it will stain, and you don't want that. Now going over with my Karat gel liner, I lined her waterline and her upper eye, just lined it, and then that is it for the eye. So for her lashes, she already had extensions on her lash, and it's not full enough, but I want the lash to have volume a bit, so I had to go on with another lashes on it. But before that, I went on to use mascara to brush out the excess powder that fell off on her natural lashes, so that when she looks up, it doesn't look hashy under there. There won't be much difference between the false lash and there will be much difference between the extension and the lash that I'm going to place on it. So over to the brows, guys. I'll be using this hair wax to trim the brow. I brush that upwards, make sure that all the brows are upwards, then slide it to the side. And when you do that, just use your hand to take off the excess oil on the face, before going over to draw your brows. So now over to draw my brows, I use the brown shade of that Karat liner, and I'm using that to outline her brows. Now when you want to draw your brows, the drawing of your brows starts from what actually guides you while drawing your brows is how you carve your brows. So I'll be dropping a video or edited tutorial on how to carve brows, that's to prepare brows before makeup. I will do that. I think I've not done that in this channel. I'll be dropping a detailed video on how to carve your client's brows before starting her makeup. So now I just outlined the brows, and I'm filling it in with those with I'm just filling it in. What I did is, don't just go and fill it so much, just fill the places that are not yet, where the brows are not there. If you pack it too much, it will not look natural. Now when drawing your brows with your angle brush, make sure to use your hand to flatten the brush each step. As you see, as I'm removing my hand from her face, I will use my palm to make that brush very sharp. If that brush is not sharp, the strokes that you're going to draw won't be sharp. It will look thick and it will not look fine. So after that, you just draw the strokes to from the inner part, then fill in the brows. When filling in the brows, just the places that you see that her natural brows is not covering, use it to fill it. Use the brow gel to fill it. So that is it for that brows, guys. It is brows. It's giving 10/10 plus step minus nothing. See that eyeshadow. Oh my god. I was so in love with everything about this look. Starting from the skin, down to the eyeshadow, down to the brows, even the hair, but the hairstyle is late. The hairstyle is finished work, and the hairstylist for this work is Linda Linda Hair. Yeah. So she stays in it. She based in Enugu, and she's really good at what she does. So now I am smudging the under eye with the black eyeshadow. I'll use the precise small brush to smudge it with the black eyeshadow. So smudge, just smudge as I do it, just smudge it out so that it will look good. So me myself, I like smudging out with, I cannot just smudge out the eye with only black and leave it there. I love to add other colors. Like now, I actually did with only black, and later on I went on to use brown to do that. You will see when I did that later on. So guys, here I used my eye magically palette, and I'm using the brown shades from that palette to line her lips. After lining her lips, when lining the lips, be careful not to make mistakes, and when you line the lips, use your small fluffy beauty blender to blend it out before going over with your the main shade that you want to apply at the middle. So I'm using this shade from the same eye magic palette to apply directly on her lips and blend out immediately. Blend it out, let everything be blended well, and after that I'll be applying that pink shade. I wanted to use that pink shade to lighten up the inner part of the lips, but it was not giving me what I wanted. So later on I went on with the white shade from that palette to lighten it up. And guys, see the game changer now. See how succulent this lip is. The whole makeup just came together. Everything is just, oh my god, when I was doing the makeup, I was just feeling the makeup. Like at each step I was feeling it. At each step ahead I was feeling the look, the whole look, and the model had all the vibes that I needed. Like the girl really vibed to everything. So this is me now using the brown to still smudge the under eye. Like I cannot find myself. I cannot actually get myself to use only black to smudge the under eye. I don't know why. I know some people do it, but me, I can't do only that. Sometimes it looks somehow for me in my eyes. That's all. So that's why I went on with that brown to still, smudge it more, and you can see how it's looking, not too black, and it's giving. So that is me using the powder and brush to, when the face was the hair was banded, the makeup did not get to that part. So when you want to do that, just use your powder, a small powder brush, a small brush, a fluffy small brush with powder, and then apply a darker powder shade, just like the contour shade that you use, so that it will the hairline and the skin would sink in very well. And this is me dusting up and setting the under eye, and our makeup is almost coming together. It's not that it's almost coming, it's already given. It's already giving everything it should, guys. So going over to set her face with my Kiss Beauty setting spray, guys. This is my all-in-one spray. It's not really all-in-one spray. Like, I love that spray so much. I don't think there's ever a time I didn't have Kiss Beauty spray in my box. Never. So I went on to fan dry it, and going over with my DD Beauty mascara. I brushed under eye. Although she had a little, her under eye is very, very small, but I actually still did something. This is the hairstylist Linda Hair. She's really good at what she does, a jollyful fellow, and our model was just feeling herself. She was giving us back to back, back to back, back to back. See, baby girl, I started dancing. Oh my god, this model was just full of vibes, guys. If you're in Enugu and you're a makeup artist and you're looking for a model, guys, contact my Alex baby. She will give you all the vibes that you need. I was like, the photographer was like, is this girl from this country? Oh, what she was just giving it to us back to back. She was giving all the poses that we needed for the shoot and all. So she really did a great job. And this is about I'm just setting all over the face, making sure that everything blends in seamlessly and all. So guys, at this point, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my channel. Like, if you find this video helpful, just press the like button, and please do share with your friends. Subscribe to your baby girl's channel, and please drop your comments on the comment section if you want anything. If there's anything you find confusing that you want to ask, please ask. And I said earlier in my former video, I want to do that. I want to invite a makeup artist that has stayed long in the industry, and let's discuss things that has to do with makeup, the challenges that we face, and how to overcome them. So, and I said the questions that we'll be tackling are the questions that you guys will drop for me in the comments. So if there's anything you're finding difficult, any question that you want to ask about the business, about industry, just drop it at the comment section, because that is where I'll compile the questions that we're going to answer that day and the topics that we are going to treat. So this is my model feeling herself. She's just beautiful. So now I'll be applying gloss. You guys know I'm a gloss girl, and this gloss is from Classic Lip Gloss. I want to gloss her lips, and that is it for this look. So guys, if you loved this video, if you learned a thing or two, please give it a thumbs up, like, drop your comments at the comment section, and share this video, please. Sharing is what caring. Sharing is what caring. So this is the finished look. Our model was giving it to us, bomber to bomber. Guys, this video was not edited, it was not filtered. This is just what you see is what you get. So that is what your makeup should look like when you follow all the tips I give you in this channel, guys. So this is the finished look, and our model 8, the hairstylist 8, and the makeup artist did justice, guys. So this is it. Also, I'll be showing you guys how actually I transited from this look to a traditional look by just changing the lips to red, and it was giving. Tell me in the comment section that if you liked the nude lip with the trad or more of the red lip. So this is the finished look. Our bride transited from white wedding to trad. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment and share. See you guys in my next video. Bye.